Hello, fellow foreigners. It's Emily and it's Peter, and we're not discovering China, we're living it. And you know where else we're living? In freaking subscriber land. How'd that happen?
Well, magic.
Magic. The magic of knowing people.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they say on YouTube is your collaborations, your get out there and know people. That's really difficult for people like us.
It's not what you know, it's who you know. And we know no one.
We know nobody.
But now we know 𝗖𝗵.
Yeah, well, we did just a quick background.
Well enough to know that's not his real name.
Yeah, oh, surprise! Who knew? I guess it's out there. But I've been keeping a track of, I don't know, China vloggers since 2010, before we moved here, and there was the big one that we all know, but there's other people that were out there at that time. I remember there was one guy up north that was like into like
he had
operatic metal,
and
like
a bike.
And a bike behind him, like, and that was my guy to watch back then.
And he lost his passport like 17 times.
Yeah,
That's what I remember from his story.
That's his whole story. If anyone knows who that was,
or did you find his passport?
Or his passport. Yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing what happened to that guy. But keeping all those subscriptions in our subscription box, it dawned on me last September, I think, that like, since I see them all coming through and I know who everyone is, why not start a Reddit page? And then I thought, like, well, why not start a Facebook page?
Yeah.
And just throw them up there kind of as a list for me, but you know, if anyone else is interested.
Aggregate your China content.
Right. And maybe spread around if anyone else. Both of them are like just under 100 subscribers each, so if that what
did you say, the links are in the description?
I would totally say that. Thanks for saying that, so I don't have to. Because also, like, it would be, it's all the China vloggers, from big to small. My two rules was that you live in China, and then it's a vlog. It's not some kind of like, you know, group effort of, you know, an organization or something like that. But so yeah, those guys are getting up there to about 100. So join that if you want to see all the people that I can find, and if you're not in that list,
if you found one,
bring that on, because
that's what Reddit's about.
Yeah, it's that information superhighway. But then in the first month of the virus, I just collected thumbnails from everyone that I was collecting in that list. And then I thought, like, well, I mean, we all had extra time, so I just kind of put some music to it, and kind of as just a little project to do, but also like it's a half an hour long, so it's not like it's a huge, like, it got tons of views or anything like that. But I thought it was a neat little history piece to see, like, what, I don't know, 100, 200, 300, whatever vloggers that I could put together for a half an hour piece. And then afterwards, it dawned on me that, like, why don't I like grab some of all these people and parts of their videos and try to put them in together as like a little pastiche of all their because it's all different kinds of people. Like, you've got your big main people that we all know, but there's tons of China vloggers out there. Yeah. And I think that there's a lot of people that don't get represented. There's not a lot of women that you see that in there. There's a lot of people from different countries. Most of it, being China vlogger, it's going to be English speaking, because a lot of people are here to speak English regardless of what country you're from, and English is spoken all around the world. So within that little group, then it was a nice little thing to a
little art project,
and to like try to fit together everyone's different, their audio and the visual is different, so to try to make them all congeal into one piece was a fun little project. Also, to being the shy little wallflowers that we are, to put it out there and introduce ourselves to the China vlogger world and fans. And just by proxy, 𝗖𝗵 makes videos every freaking day. And on top of that, his audio and his visual are good, so it's easy to grab snippets of, and I just had so many extra ones laying around, because he also has like umpteen catchphrases. Like, the guy has like Mad Magazine,
there's
like
just
quotes
gold falling out his mouth.
Yeah, he's got like Al Jaffe's joke book or something that he's memorized. But those were just all kind of laying around, so I was like, well, I'll make a whole piece of him. And I did the same thing with 𝗖𝗵, and I even plan to do more with other people in the future. And so he saw that through the help of Alex Absolute, found us and asked to use it. And we're like, yeah, it seems like a I mean, he's not like some kind of neo-Nazi racist, like awful person, so why not?
Passes the baseline criteria.
Yeah. Seems like he's not going to hurt anybody with this material. So, cool. And that just...
So welcome new subscribers.
Yeah. 200 new subscribers or so in like 2 days.
Yeah.
What? I don't even know what to do with that. We've been just writing replies all over the place. But yeah, so thanks for coming in. And thanks for the people that have been sticking around since the beginning. We've got like our hardcore members that are Freddy Burgers and
Rooftops has
been with us a long and time. Anybody else you can think of immediately off your top of your head?
Oh my God, this is so much pressure.
So much pressure.
I forgot you. I'm sorry.
We can't do it all at the same time. But you're all remembered.
Yeah.
Even if not by name.
In our hearts.
In our hearts.
Now let's get down to the business of alienating you all.
Yeah. But so we just thought quickly we would give you a little, who are we? What did we do? When did we get here? What are we doing?
Well, I'm Emily, and I'm from New York, and I married Peter, and we moved to China.
Riveting.
8 years ago, and that's my story.
Soft and simple. Yeah, so we moved here because we were working in the media. We were in the newspaper business in New York City.
Which is a sinking ship. I mean, it's still sinking.
It's still sinking.
It hasn't sunk yet, but it wasn't like...
Wasn't doing good for the last 25, 30 years anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were like, I mean, we love New York City, but it's expensive and we're in a sinking ship. So we got time to bail. Yeah. And we joked that like, hey, let's move to China and teach. Emily said like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, well, let's give it a shot. So we sold everything. Moved here in 2011. We've been watching, vlogging, film, art is our passion. Mm-hmm. You were on the art beat on the newspaper. I was the graphic designer. Yeah. So it's always been in our mind. And we started a blog, which...
HelloUncleForeigner.com if you want to go see our archives.
A lot of the stories, like if you're wondering like why we, like other vloggers, we don't like travel around a lot, because we spent our first 5 years going everywhere.
We traveled a lot and now we're bored.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not bored.
It's not bored. There's so many places that we want to see.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, how many... Well, we wanted to get busy. We wanted to start telling the story. We didn't want to land here and just all of a sudden be like, well, we've been here for 6 months, so here's the whole story and we've got China down.
No, we took a long time to gather our materials, and now we have the materials, so we're sitting...
Feeling comfortable with it. And the blogs themselves, so there's lots of great stories. Emily is a professional writer, a New York City professional media writer. So they're great stories of our adventures around. So go read that stuff. They're really good. Also our podcast, which is this, but if you want it in your ears.
This minus this.
Yeah, this minus this. So we have that to take care of. Is there any information that'll be down in the description?
You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcasts, or just the RSS link. We'll put that info below.
And the Reddit and the Facebook. We also have Bandcamp. But our main focus here is...
Our main focus is everywhere.
Everywhere. Our main focus of what we do is we're interested in art. We're interested in film, we're interested in storytelling, and that kind of gives us a little bit of a weird skew. But the cool thing I think about the China vlogger world is that there's been enough people that have done it through the years. Like there's so many now that like it's not really, I don't have to worry about like competition. Like we should all be branching off and doing our own things, which is exciting because you don't have to do the same.
We all contribute our own point of view.
Right. I mean, living in China is maybe a bit of a hook, and you do it and you want to tell your exciting adventures of what you've discovered, and some of those are the same from person to person. We've all got our same stories. We all go to the grocery store. We all want to tell you what it was like to go to the doctor's office or stuff like that. But people have different stories and different ways to tell them, and it's kind of exciting that there's so many different ways right now out there and different voices.
Yeah.
So yeah, we realized that we might not be one for everybody, but...
Well, we have a story.
Well, about?
A jazz bar.
Oh, speaking of art.
So if you have been with us for a while, if you haven't been with us, go look at all our old videos. They're timeless and perfect, and you'll love them.
Evergreen, as they say.
Yeah, that's the word. But if you have been with us for a while, I've been singing. You know that I've been singing. You know that I've been
I heard
singing
you.
with a jazz band.
Your students have heard you too. Emily's a teacher, just in case you didn't.
Yeah, we haven't started performing yet, but the part of their, because they want to do this for life. They want to make a living from this. So they also, I think, pooled all their money and opened up a bar in Luzhou, the first real live music venue. Like, we have crappy little, like...
They're like KTVs, but they're like
Yeah.
expanded to like having some live musicians in it. You've seen them around if
Yeah,
you're here.
yeah, but they're
There's, like,
not, they want like an actual premier music destination. And so last night we went, they just opened last week. They had kind of a soft launch, I think. And then last night was their first concert. They invited a band from Chongqing, Lucky Blue.
which is
I believe they were
about
called.
2 hours car ride south of us. We're just a tiny little town between Chongqing and Chengdu. And so we don't really have like the big city kind of light. So this is
Yeah.
a really exciting, and we've been waiting for 9 almost years
Yeah,
for
yeah.
something to come into town.
Well,
and
the first thing when we landed, we were like, well, we noticed there's no like music venue bar space here. Should we open one? No, we should not.
Yeah.
But someone
our
should.
job.
And these friends did.
yeah,
And do we have a clip?
we do have a clip. We'll put it right.
It's so happy today. It's so happy now. The musicians will play. You know, so did mercy. Everybody who loves seek a tree. A smile flooded with light. A sweet melody sent down an angel's above. You know, so did mercy. Everybody loves the tree.
And we're back. That was Lucky Blue at the Jazz Bar. I don't actually know what it's called. In English, it's just called Jazz.
Jazz. It's just there's a sign down a hallway that says jazz.
And it's in an office building. I think we talked about that part last
Yep.
time. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really nice to see, like, it was really well attended.
Yeah, who knew there was a jazz,
Yeah.
a hungry jazz scene
And
of
the
young,
people
cool
were
people.
really into it. And like, Luzhou used to not be cool, but it's getting cool, and it's all because of us.
There's there's so many. It's such an old town with like it's just old people and babies, but I think there's a crowd of people. A lot of the kids that we taught when we first arrived here and
Yeah.
that were in high school have now gone off to college, moved back, and now
Yeah, I think you used to not come back after college, and now people are starting to move back after college.
because it's it's Sichuan, so things are laid back, but it's also a small Sichuan town, so it's got like this kind of like real, not quite Yunnan Dali kind of like hippiedom to it,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
sort of, I guess maybe it's Chengdu. I mean, there's all kinds of music schools in both Chengdu and Chongqing. Wonderful,
yeah.
fantastic cities, and those people are
I
like
think it's
filtering.
trickling back into Luzhou because it's the new opportunity.
Yeah. Then there's film stuff going on, and we're also other stuff about us. We've got film
Again,
projects.
thanks to us.
Yeah, we're doing it all. No, we've just been sitting
We
here
made
waiting.
this town.
It's been incubating the entire time.
Yeah, no, we really have been waiting, just waiting.
Yeah.
Not doing.
So, I mean, it's so exciting to finally get to a point. I mean, it's terrible in a year where life has been so bad for so many people that, like,
Yeah.
all of a sudden our town has blown up into, like, this cool little art scene. And, like, we're on our way last night to the 18th floor Swank Jazz Club to see some Chongqing group. There's a saxophonist from Europe, and the drummer is from
He
the
studied at
from
Berkeley,
Berkeley in
yeah.
Boston. And, like, what town is this? How excited for it.
Yeah.
But we're totally pumped about that.
Yeah, so that was really exciting.
What else we got on the docket?
You know what else is exciting?
Yeah.
A game.
What?
This
What happens in this game?
This is a game I made up where we make fun of things I learned in Chinese. You want to hear the first
Yeah,
one?
let's have the first one.
Okay. 老北京人喜欢早上吃油条, which was in honor of this morning for breakfast. We did not order youtiao, which are, if you don't know, deep fried. They're like crullers, kind of, deep fried dough sticks. But this sentence means old Beijingers like to eat deep fried dough sticks in the morning. And I like that.
Old
it's-
timers.
Yeah, old Beijingers. As if it's specific to them. Everybody in the world loves these. They're delicious.
Yeah, they're fluffy. They can be sweet. They can be salty. You could dip them in soup.
Dip them in your soy milk. They're really good.
So these guys,
It's like a hot donut.
do you think that they're
hot straight donut?
Do you think that they're like trying to take that, like, as they're owning that, like us old Beijingers, that's what these kids coming in today with their jazz clubs, they're not taking our pastries from us. these boomers and zoomers.
This is like saying real Americans. Real Americans love donuts. Old Beijingers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's the only explanation for something like that, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would specify them where it's a universally beloved.
What else? What other choices that you would have
For breakfast?
Yeah, what would you, if you were an old Beijinger, what would you eat?
Well,
Just to fly in the face of these wild crawler eaters.
They do a street pancake.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good.
A little scallion.
Yeah.
Kind
Which
of like-
again, and I guess, part of this is we've moved to a China that has rapidly, I don't know what's the word for globalized within its own country. Like there used to be much more regional difference that didn't travel, but I think younger people are like interested in finding the hot new trends from other places.
Yeah.
So there's more of a wide variety across the country.
Mm-hmm. So an egg. You'd eat an egg.
I'd eat an egg. I'd eat an egg in the morning.
Like a crawler, an egg is going to transfer over to any culture pretty much.
Yeah.
Eat baby chickens in the morning. Eat adult chickens in the evening is the
Yeah.
rule for every
Yeah.
country across the world. That's for all of you aliens out there.
Yeah. And the red sky at night, farmer's delight. This is where I got stuck. So I did just have I'm trying to start actual formal Chinese lessons rather than teaching myself. So one of my colleagues is helping me. And this is where it's helpful to have a colleague or a real person rather than a 10-year-old podcast or a textbook. Because like I said I said Fandian means restaurant. And she's like, 15 years ago, maybe. Now it means like fancy pants hotel. And it like, that stuff's still in the textbook. So maybe like this sentence was written when it was like classically old people in Beijing ate these and nobody else.
Right.
But now, you can't keep that secret. It's delicious.
It's like when it's hip to be square.
Yeah.
23 skidoo. Let's get on.
Yeah. All right, next one. 请别带照相机, which means please don't bring your camera.
Ooh.
Which is,
That one goes out to all of us vloggers out there.
I think that's the old Beijingers lamenting. Kids these days, they can't even go to a jazz concert without bringing their fancy
Everyone's
phones.
Instagramming out there.
Yeah. So I think that's a complaint for us all. As someone, as you said, I did used to cover music in New York, so I'd go out to concerts. I don't care if people, if everyone has their phone up and you can't see, that kind of sucks.
That's difficult.
But that's, I don't know, I never had, even when people were bringing their phones, I don't care if you're Instagramming your whole life and you're missing it. Do you have Instagram now?
The one thing though, and being that Emily's going to be performing at this jazz club because you're the singer in the house band.
Yeah, so I can't bring my camera for that.
But as the performer, as a regular performer, it is a little difficult to look out into a crowd and like you're really, and it just kind of hurts to be like, no one's dancing, no one's grooving.
This is a thing though of New York, because I talked to several bands about this. In New York, people don't dance anyway, so I think I didn't miss that part. But that's like, bands would complain that in New York City, the people don't dance, and other places did.
We've had lots of our friends here, local Luzhou anyways, that are like, we don't dance.
Yeah.
So that actually kind of works out. But then there was the guy with the skull cap last night that was just like...
Oh, that's true.
freaking-
And there was not a dance floor.
Yeah, it was just
This was
cozy
seated watching.
down on a little...
He was rocking out.
Going at it.
Yeah. He didn't bring his camera, to be fair. To be fair.
So maybe, again, life is changing.
Yeah.
Right, with a lot of the places, a lot of times we've gone to like Chengdu, to like Little Bar and stuff. Like there's like that ring rosy. Everyone joined hands and like it's not a mosh pit, but like it's like a daisy circle of dance kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like some of those slightly bigger. I've never been to a big like festival thing here, I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, in the small places, it's fairly well. We did see again Chongqing, the Nuts Club. They every once in a while they have a punk fest once a year. That's just awesome.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of dancing.
Yeah,
that
you
was
get
good.
things can get moshed, but it's also always a nice, like
We brought
healthy
our
mosh.
camera.
We did bring, and you did mosh, and
Yeah.
like and we got knocked around a bit, and we were there in particular. There was a bunch of bands, but we were there to see the Subs, and the singer for that, she jumped out into the crowd and knocked elbows with the best, and
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
exciting stuff. There's some exciting stuff happening out there.
Yeah. But I don't, this policing, like, are you paying attention to real life or not, or did you bring a camera? Like, what a boring complaint.
I mean, if somebody like you go to some place like Chengdu to the fake new village. What is it called? The
I'm
fake
so- I just was coming up with Potemkin Village, which is not. Maybe it's appropriate.
I don't even know
but
what that
it's
is.
not quite.
Is that in America?
No,
Potemkin?
I think that was in. No.
I don't know, but
It's a
one of those
Russian
fake old
concept of like a fake
one of those
village
fake old
to
villages
distract
where people are standing in front of signs, just taking pictures with the sign. Of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was here. Like, let them do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and if
I'm not
you're doing
going
it
to
at a
police
concert,
the authenticity of someone else's experience.
yeah.
I guess also, though, I don't go into public spaces looking for conversations. So I'm kind of glad that people are on their phones.
Yeah, it does actually take the pressure off from
Yeah.
anyone just wandering up and talking to
I
you or
used
something.
to, back in my singles days, I would go to a bar and bring a book because I didn't want to talk to people. And it's like, if you look at someone reading and you see that as an invitation to talk, you have misread everything, everything in your life.
As a bookworm,
Yeah.
take it from you.
Yeah. I just, like, the air conditioning was better in the bar than my apartment.
Yeah. What else we have?
We have
Number.
她吃苹果和西瓜, which she eats apples and watermelons.
She does.
She does.
Who doesn't though?
Which just, this makes me think of was cut as a cut lyric from she don't use jelly.
Or anything psychedelic for that matter.
Yeah.
Could have been a
She
Prince song
don't
even.
eat apples or watermelon.
But she does, and so do other people. So why would we single out this one person?
Well, it's such a language lesson concept of declarative sentences about what fruits people eat. Like, I don't believe that anyone in the real world has ever, like, talked about someone's fruit preferences like that. Like, oh yeah, well, she eats apples and watermelon. Like, because she wouldn't eat them at the same time unless she's a maniac.
Or it could be making some kind of fruit boba tea medley. Maybe? I don't know.
Together, apples and watermelon?
I mean, I've seen some pretty weird, like, major companies that have, like, stuck, like, cantaloupe ice cream or something. Like, I just had that recently. What's that about?
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird to make cream out of fruits that are not creamy.
Right, you
I
want
don't
to
know
stick...
what that means. I take that back. I don't know what that means.
Well, like, berries are going to be good with
Yeah,
cream because you
yeah.
got the tart and you got the cream
Or like the
sweetness that...
Banana ice cream,
Yeah,
strawberry ice cream.
but yeah, there's weird... Melons don't really seem to go with cream. Although now...
Because they're so watery that, like, if it was made
you're
from
just going to get, like, a
real
waxy,
fruit,
like,
yeah.
cream foam on top of stuff.
Yeah. Like grape ice cream. That's weird. That's weird to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she likes apples and watermelon.
So maybe we're thinking like she's a unique person. Maybe this is like a proclamation, like a Prince tune or something, like, you know, like starfish and coffee.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess
maple syrup and ham.
That's where we get very simple and declarative about languages in song. So I think this is a lost song lyric from something.
Lost to be found.
Lost to be found.
Write that down.
There's no telling where the money went. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
我喜欢那边柱子上的红色台灯, which is I like that red lamp on the table over there.
Again, very specific to the one red lamp.
Yeah, because right now we have a lot of lamps in this room, so you would need to say, no, the one on the table, no, the white one, no, it's the one
Right.
over there. But this is a studio recording a live production.
I like the idea that there's many, many, many red lamps in this one room.
Yeah,
that one red lamp.
Because picture a room with red lamps in it. That's a bold statement.
Yeah, it sounds very aristocratic.
Or 70s style.
Or 70s. Yeah. But also red, symbol of power, very Chinese color.
It is a Chinese
It's a room of like purple lamps and like I like that red lamp.
We got Prince's house now?
Yeah. Princeton, he brought his Chinese friend over.
Yeah.
With their own red lamp. I
Yeah,
like this red
it's
lamp.
custom to bring a red lamp when you go visit Prince and you're Chinese. It's a little known fact.
And maybe it's an old timey lamp with the flame, and you can
Old timer lamp.
lamp, and you
Like
can light it off.
a
and
gas lamp?
no, for lighting for the lantern festival.
Oh, well then
A
what is
lamp turn
a
festival.
lamp turn?
I don't know.
But the fact
I don't know these
remains
people.
that's
Don't put
very
this stuff on me.
specific directions.
A red lamp. Yeah.
Yeah. And
To choose one lamp, I suppose. I mean,
we have complained that our apartments over here never have enough good light in them. So we should be buying more lamps.
yeah, there's not like a lot of places you go into are everyone's, especially in Sichuan during the summer, the air conditioners pumping everything out, so everyone turns all the lights down to keep cool.
Yeah.
And to save some energy. So you go everywhere and it's dark unless it's like the mall or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
So we need more red lamps.
we need more red lamps. You can send them care of, I don't know,
Yeah, can we set up a Patreon
care
for?
of PBS.
Don't send us a cup of coffee hobo dollars. Send us red lamps.
red lamps specifically.
Only
That's
red.
our new decorating scheme.
All right, what do we got?
Okay. This is our last one.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's been so great spending time with you guys.
好，更好，我也需要买一些内衣，还要两裤袜，两裤袜。
I'm just gonna say it's a great pronunciation. I'm really
I so
love.
butchered that. We stayed up very late at a jazz club last night.
You got jazz lips.
I got jazz lips.
Oh no.
Oh no, I've distressed whoever that is.
It doesn't matter. What
So okay,
is the actual?
this means okay. It just so happens I also need to buy some underwear and pantyhose.
It just so happens.
Yeah.
So this is the end of or the middle of a conversation. There's more of this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, and well, and this does also apply to you are buying underwear and pantyhose. I also need to buy that, or I'm just blabbering about all the things I need to buy, and it just so happens I also need underwear and pantyhose, and that's my grocery list.
I like that it would be to be out shopping with somebody. You're out with a friend and you're wondering like, hey, what are you shopping for? Oh, it just so happens.
Yeah.
I like, maybe, again, we're in Sichuan, so there's a lot of, every food is filled with spice. So
you're blowing out your pantyhose.
yeah, at some point something has happened at dinner.
Uh-huh.
And to be polite, the person,
Oh, it just so happens.
or yourself, or I mean, if it's somebody else, like you've done something, and to make you feel better, like you're like, oh no, and your friend is like, oh, don't worry, it just so happens I need to go buy some underwear.
Oh, that's a very face-saving maneuver there.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
News you can use.
Here's why I picked the sentence though, is because I don't know where underwear comes from.
Trees.
Yeah. I mean,
Fruit of the loom.
I will not.
She likes
I will not be
apples,
ashamed.
watermelons, and underwear.
That like for a long time in my life, I think I just wore underwear that my mom bought from Costco in like, multi-packs. So like that stuff lasts a long time. Who knows when to buy underwear? That's a complete mystery to me.
Like a fairy that, like, when I grow up and my mom is now in a faraway place, the
Yeah.
underwear fairy will
It would be
deposit
creepy, I guess, if
strange
there was,
underwear
like,
under my pillow.
There was more Costco underwear just appearing in our closets.
mysterious Taobao shipments coming in from
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the doorman downstairs. Your underwear.
I guess someone knew it was time for underwear. I mean, I guess like you can even get MeUndies subscription underwear.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to be sponsored to the podcast. That is the last time we bought underwear, is we wanted to try out that MeUndies.
It's the best thing that's ever
It's
happened.
really soft. No one's paying us to say that.
It just
we
so
paid for it, and we'll
happens
say it just so happens.
that we could use some more MeUndies.
Yeah.
And who couldn't?
Yeah.
This has not been brought to you by MeUndies. Do we have anything else going on our list today?
Well, one more interesting thing about this sentence that I love, that I butchered, 两裤袜, is pantyhose, and it literally means connected pants and socks. Which, if you think about what pantyhose are, that's what they are.
Yeah.
And I think that's just like
Pants
delightful.
and socks.
Pants and socks connected.
And you could put them around your head and wear them like rabbit ears, big long rabbit ears, for Halloween.
Yeah.
That's this year. Try that out. Your kids will love it.
I do need to dress
You can
up
stuff
for
candy
Halloween.
in the ears and hand it out.
Oh, they'd rip me to shreds. Then I'd need to buy new pantyhose and possibly new underwear.
And possibly what else for dinner?
Noodles to you.